Okay, if you have spent the last few weeks learning NAN, AI agents, APIs, prompts, and automations, but you see cannot answer one simple question, what exactly do you sell? Then I do not think you need another AI tool. I think you need one page. I call it the 6P problem brief. It forces you to identify the person, the painful workflow that it currently causes, and what you will need to prove before building anything complicated. By the end of this video, I will show you all 6 power, fill on which an example, and give you a 7-day test you can start today. Because the first asset in your AI business should not be an automation. It should be a clear understanding of a problem worth solving. First of all, learning AI tool is not bad. You need technical ability to deliver something really useful. But, there's a difference between like a learning because a real problem demanding and learning because you are willing to feel like completely ready. True learning feels safe. You can finish a tutorial, add a node, connect API, watch a workflow run. The progress is visible. But customer discovery is different. You may choose the wrong market. Someone may ignore your message. A business owner may tell you, all right, the problem you love is not important. So it's easy to watch one more tutorial instead. And I get it because I was doing the same thing. I know a lot about AI and automation stuff, but knowing how something works and turn that knowledge into something people actually want are two different skills. This problem appear repeatedly in public automation community. One person wrote, after completing this course, I got good grip on NAN, but now I don't know what to do. Another say, if I create something no one need, it's just a waste of time and energy. Another one say, I'm currently confused about what to build and sell. These posts are not scientific market data, but they reveal a reason, a repeated tension. People are gaining technical ability without gaining business clarity. An AI tool gives you capacity. A business requires domain. Capacity means you can build a chatbot, right? Voice agent, lead workflow, research agent, or customer support system. Domain means a specific person has a painful problem, care enough to change their behavior, and trust you to help. Those are not the same thing. The two first loops start with whatever the technology can do, right? Then search for somebody who might want it. The problem first loop begin with work that already exists, right? Who does it? What started? Where does it become slow, expensive, repetitive, or risky? Now, what result will make it better? Only then do you decide whether the ends need AI, ordinary automation, software, or sometimes just a better process. This is not only my opinion. Even OpenAI's own workflow scoping should begin by defining the work, the owner, the trigger, and the required output before deciding whether AI belongs. While copying under user observation guidance, use the sequence pain need and solution. And broader startup advice is not research forever. It is to talk with users, build something minimally useful, put it in their hand, and iterate around one important problem. So I'm not telling you to stop learning AI. I'm telling you to stop learning without a real workflow pulling you forward. So before your next generic automation, complete these 6 boxes, right? 1, the person, right? Choose one specific role you can actually reach, not a small business. That's too broad. Try the operation manager at the 5 to 20 person marketing agency, the owner of a local dental office. The person who used the workflow may not be the person who control the budget, so identify both when necessary. Second, the pain. Do not ask what AI automation tool do you want. Most customers do not care about your tool, and they may not know what should be automated. Ask about the last time the work became frustrating. What was slow? What was repeated? What caused mistakes, delays, lost customers, or unnecessary risks? Recent behavior is more useful than a hypothetical wish list. Third, the process. Map what actually happened today. What triggered the work? Which person does each step? Which email, spreadsheet, form, approval, and handoff involved? What output must exist at the end? This is where you discover whether AI is even necessary. Fourth, the price of the problem, right? Now, how often does this problem happen? What does it appear to cost in time, either delay, missed revenue, or risk? Do not invent a giant number because it makes the offer sound valuable. Separate what the business actually measures from what you are still assuming. 5. The proof. How many independent people describe the same pain without you leading them? What do they already do to solve it? Will anyone give you access to a simple test of prototype, introduce you to the buyer, or pay for a small pilot? Conversation are signals. Complement are weak evidence, but behavior, access pilot, and payment are very strong. 6. The prototype. Now, and only now, define the smallest useful result you can produce. Not a complete AI company, not a 10-agent system. One useful slice of the workflow that can be tested safely. Define what AI does, what ordinary automation does, what a human must approve, and how you will measure the result. Okay, now imagine you choose operation manager at a small marketing agencies. Again, this is an example, not a claim that every agency has this problem. Let's take the person, the operations manager, right? Let's say the possible pain is a new client information arrive through forms, email, and random attachment, and the team has to organize everything manually. Now, the current process, they copy the information, create folders, create project tasks, chase missing assets, and send status updates. And the possible price is several hours of coordination, delay project starts, and avoidable mistakes. But those costs are still assumptions. So before building anything, you speak with agency operators. You ask, for example, walk me through the last client you onboarded. Which part took the longest? How often do things go missing? What happens when onboarding is delayed? What have you already tried? If several people independently describe the same thing and somebody agrees to test a solution, you now have a strong reason to build. Your prototype might be one intake flow that creates the correct folder and tasks, identify missing information, and prepare a status message for human approval. Now, notice what happened. We did not begin with an AI tool to create the agent. We began with a person and their work. Now, the problem tells us which tool and skill we need. That is problem-led learning. Now, you might be thinking, right, but I do not have a niche. Start with access, not a random internet list, right? Who can you speak with this week? For my coworker, a friends, with businesses, organization you and one professional community where you can listen without pretending to be an expert. Your first niche can be a search area, not a lifelong identity. Second, objections. What if not technically enough? All right. The problem brief requires no code, right? Once the workflow is clear, you learn the exact technical pieces needed to the smallest prototype. Your learning become focused instead of endless. Now, third, what if I talk to people and they all have different problems? I mean, that's good. This is cheaper than spending a month building the wrong thing. Do not force every answer to support your first idea. Your business idea is a hypothesis, not your identity. Now, here's your challenge, right? For 7 days, post new tool tutorials unless an active customer problem require one. First day, choose one role you can reach. Send 10 short messaging asking for 15-minute conversation about how they handle one repeatable workflow. Do not pitch AI. During the week, complete at least 3 conversations. 5 is better for this exercise. But 5 is not a magic, scientific number. Fill the 6 boxes with what people actually say. Then decide, is the pain repeated? Is a consequence meaningful? Is there evidence beyond polite interest? Can I be one safe, useful, and test? Customer conversation do not guarantee a business. Some problems will not be important enough. Some solutions should not use AI. And regulated or high-risk workflow may require expertise you do not yet have. The goal is not instant certainty. The goal is to purchase better information with less wasted effort. So, an AI customer asks, right, what can this new tool do? A solo AI operator asks, whose work is painful? How do I know? And what is the smallest useful result I can prove? This is the shift. Do not stop learning AI. Stop learning it without a problem. Build a problem brief first. I made it the one-page template for this video. Use it and then comment with only 2 things: person plus pain. Note the tool you want to use. Tell me who you want to help and which painful workflow you want to investigate. Those answers may become the next video where we build and test the prototype for real. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, you can just subscribe and like. Other than that, see you later. Peace.